So today we've got a lot to do, don't we, Linda?
Yes, we do.
We have new raspberry bushes since the other ones broke. We've got to try to get the wrappers on the chicken coop. And we're going to make some homemade tea, different kinds of teas. We've got some tea leaves in there, over there. Got some roses, so we can make rose hip tea. Over on the other side of the counter over there, we got more tea we got to cut up. I think we're going to dehydrate some strawberries that we took out of our garden. And I think we're going to dehydrate some blackberries that we took out of our garden last year. And we're going to cut some rosemary.
Yep.
And we found a bonus. You know what the bonus is? We found wild blackberries growing on our property now. So that's fun. So we're going to see what those look like. But anyhow, we're going to get the dehydrator out and get this started. We actually got tea bags coming. They're supposed to be delivered today. So hopefully we can put it all together and finish it today. But like I said, we got to get the trellis fixed and the raspberries planted. And and we made a little container. And we went down to Tractor Supply to get some cucumbers. But unfortunately, they were almost dead. And that made me sad. And there's the Dixie. So I don't know if we can do it, but we got a cucumber in the refrigerator. So I'm kind of hoping we can cut the cucumber and grow it. Because cucumbers come with their own seeds, so I don't know. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Regardless, tomorrow or the next day I'll stop by the plant store, thank you, and get a cucumber plant. But I'll throw a couple of, because we like cucumber water anyway, so we'll just cut it up, put it in some water, and then we'll plant a couple and see what happens. All right, so we're going to get started. So here we All right. Well, we went out and got some tea. We've got the tea. That is actually from a tea plant that we have in our backyard. Those are some limbs I cut off there. I got to soak all that and clean all that up, but I do have some in the dehydrator already. Over on the other side, you don't see yet, but we have strawberries that we picked out of our garden that actually we grew ourselves, so that'll be fun. So anyhow, we're going to cut that up in a few minutes, and then we'll dry out these roses at the same time, so we make rose hip tea. So I don't know, what do you think? Strawberry rose hip, and then blackberry rosemary? Sure. Okay. Anyhow, we're going to get started on that. Alright, there's our rosemary. I'm going to cut some of that off, take it in and dry it out. We got some lavender over here. I may take a little bit of that too. Put a little lavender in the tea. So we're going to but cut some of the top of this off. I'm just going to kind of grab it like this. Just kind of give it a little trim. Oh, my dog's barking at something. Probably a squirrel. Trim that. Oh, you can smell it. A little trim off there. Now this, I'm probably not going to dry out. I'll probably leave this fresh and just mix it in with the tea. I don't know yet. Anyhow, there's our rosemary, and then we'll come back and we'll get a little bit of that lavender. All right. There's our rose petals. They're ready to go on. Those are our tea leaves. They're ready to go. Linda is over there. Sorry about the camera. Cutting up the strawberries. They're getting ready to go. And I'm going to get some blackberries, and then I'm going to go back and get some rosemary out of my garden. And we'll get this all set up. And we'll be, what would be, Linda? Tea-rific.
Tea-rific.
So anyway, here we go, getting some more stuff done on the farm. Well, I was going to trim off a little bit of that lavender, but I'm thinking I'm going to wait. I don't think it's quite big enough yet, and I want it to grow a little longer before I start trimming on it. Alright, well, got the rose hips on. The strawberries, Chris has got them all cut, and I got them on this tray, which this is going to be my top tray because we got the plastic underneath of it. These are our frozen blackberries from last year, so we got to get those up and ready. Of course, there's our rosemary. Like I said, we're going to make our own homemade tea and then have some. Actually got, like I said, later on we got tea bags coming, so hopefully they'll show up today. So, yeah. All right, let's get the blackberries ready. Here's our frozen blackberries. We're going to go ahead and put those on our tray. All right. Now we're ready to dehydrate. Put those on. Put these on. Excuse me 1 second, I gotta grab the lid, it's on the other side. All right, there we go. All right, that should be ready in a couple hours, hopefully. And we'll make some tea, but meanwhile we'll go plant our raspberries and plant our cucumber experiment. And I don't think it's quite big enough yet, and I want it to grow a little longer before I start trimming on it. But anyhow, we will go back in and get the rest of the stuff ready. I do think, however, I am going to transplant this mint today too. I'm not sure yet. But we do have to get it in another container, especially this end of it. That's the apple mint, and I definitely want that to grow. Can you guys guess what Linda's about to make with the leftover raspberries and strawberries? Oh yeah, I'm getting a smoothie.
A yummy smoothie.
A yummy smoothie. So yay!
Yay.
Alright, Linda, show us how to make a smoothie.
Well, this particular one, I'm putting 1.5 cups of our fresh raspberries, or blackberries, a cup of, not quite a cup, of our plums, and a cup of strawberries. And then a cup of yogurt.
Vanilla yogurt?
It is vanilla yogurt. And for some liquid, I got some apple white grape juice, some ice. I got about a cup, and a little over a cup of water. Put the lid on. Power on.
Woo, smoothie time.
Just mix it all up, grind it all up until it's all nice and smooth. And here we go. I'm just going to use the same cups. For a nice, refreshing drink. Cheers. Let's taste. Mmm, fruity.
Yep. Yummy.
That's really good.
It is. Yep. You definitely taste the strawberry in it. Or the blackberry.
Refreshing.
I don't know which one I'm tasting, but yeah, it's delicious. All right, smoothie time.
Yummy.
Yummy. Give me a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Alright, me and Linda are out here. We're trying to get the rafters on. It's been quite challenging, to say the least, but I think we got the first set ready to go up here in a minute. We had to break out our other saws and everything, so get it to come out somewhat straight. So don't condemn me if it looks stupid. Anyway, here we go. This is Linda. She's being a big helper. She's got Sweet Tea there, just hanging out. Just kidding. She is actually being a. Yeah, I know. You're actually being a big helper. I know you are. Because it's a pain in the butt getting up and down on this thing. But anyway, there's our rafters down to one side. Now I'll have to go do the other side, and then we'll be ready to put metal up there. Woohoo! Chicken coop. Chris is still here helping me with the tea. And the other side of the rafters are done. So now we have to get the metal. But yay, we're making progress. So now we can put the roof on, and then we can finish up, put the back wall on, and get everything else put together in it. So there it is. Yay! And where do you guys think you're escaping to? Come on, walk up that way. Chickens. Alright, well, first of all, it's absolutely gorgeous out here today. So that's where my raspberries was before. And I don't know if the chickens did it or the dog did it or which one did it. But we kind of got taken out. So we're gonna put our trellis up. Excuse me, I gotta run my chickens back. And hang on. Hey, come on. You guys got this whole yard. You don't need to be going this way. Come on. Idiot chickens. Come on now. Anyhow, we're gonna be planting 2 raspberries, the same as these over here. And then, but we're gonna put our trellises in first to keep the chickens and the dogs out of it. So, without further ado, I guess we'll get started. Chickens are just trying to test my patience. Alright. Oh, Linda just showed up. There's the Dixie. Tuck it out of the way. Anyway, this is the one we planted a couple weeks ago, and it's coming up really nice. That's the raspberry from a couple weeks ago. Anyhow, let's get the hookies in. Ooh, somebody's barbecuing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that smells good. Just by the way, it is absolutely gorgeous out today. Anyhow, we'll get these guys going here. So I got these hooks. Ouch. Just gonna hold my ratchet in place. Just exactly like I got it down there. This guy in. Ratchet here. sideways. So, there we go. There's our first ratchet. We're going to go ahead and put these back ones in first, and then we'll plant the raspberries. And then we'll put the front ones in. I'm only going to do 2 today. I'm not going to do the upper one yet. Just because the raspberries ain't tall enough. And get these 2 lines in, or 4 lines in today. Maybe. Go. Our other ratchet over here. And that end's ready. And we'll go down to the other end over here. Hang on a second. All right. All right, we're back. Ain't gonna be exactly straight. I'm gonna go outside of this one. Same with this one. So now I'm gonna got comes the first line. First line of defense. It's the chicken brigade. That on there. Let's trim this guy up. Oh, okay. Go. Huh. Oh. Ta-da! There's the first one up. Hopefully I'll keep my dog from running in there. We'll do the second one and then we'll go ahead and plant these raspberries in. Get them watered. I just cut this PVC and put it in a hole just to kind of give it a backer. got that up. Go ahead and get our raspberries put in. Try this again. Once we get these raspberries put in, I'll bring that straw down and I'll straw all this underneath here after we get the other trellises up. Now, I'm not going to plant these raspberries right on top of where the old ones were, just in hopes that the old ones will come back, because the roots are still down there. But just in case they don't, I decided to bring some extras in.
The birds are singing this morning.
Oh yeah, they are. Hopefully this will work. I don't know, I might have to get my shovel. Yeah, I guess I should have put this trellis up last time to try to stop this from happening. It's just not something I thought was going to happen, so.
The dog loves to chase squirrels.
First one. Let's do one more. Get the other trellis up. Some straw, we'll water this in, put our trellis up, and hot dog. Another project done. Linda, what you doing over there?
I'm hoeing the garden, getting all the weeds out of it.
Oh, why?
I know.
We're gonna put new straw in there?
I know.
Oh, alrighty then.
Or you.
Ah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and water these plants in, and then we got all this straw in. Ta-da! So our raspberries are planted. I'll go ahead and water them, and then that'll be that. All right. Is that a new osprey right there?
Where?
That looks like a new offshoot.
That?
Yeah, I think that is. I think it's a new offshoot of this blackberry. Good. Look, we got some blackberries on there.
I knew there was only two.
Actually, there's more than that now, because I think, well, like
There's some on the other side
there's
too.
stuff cut out of the trellis there. We're gonna have to
Lean over this way.
yeah. On the other side. Chickens are trying to escape. Alright, well, we got the straw in there. We got enough straw left over. I think we'll go over and plant that other blueberry real quick. Over there with the rest of them, and then use that straw around that, the rest of that straw. Alright, so this has been running for a while. I already got my tea leaves dried, and my rose hips are in here. We're going to grind those up here. Got our tea bags, they came in. Looks like our strawberries are all dehydrated, and so are our blackberries. So we can get all this mixed up. Just grind this up a little bit. I'm not going to grind this down like I do the herbs and stuff, but I do want to just get it down to where I can get them in the baggies a little bit. Here's the tea bags we got. These are just like regular tea bags. They're actually reusable. What I'm going to do take a little bit of this and in here. This is like regular tea and roses. Just a little bit more. Yeah. So that's just rose hip tea right there. But I'm going to add a little strawberries to it. This is rose hip strawberry tea. Kind of stuck to the edge. There we go. Voila. Now we have made tea. And we can do it with the strawberries. We got the blueberries here we're going to do it with. You can do this with any fruit, of course, you know, or any kind of stuff you got. And you can make this up and then just store it for a later date. A few blackberries in here. Good flavor. I do have that rosemary sitting there. Put this there. go. Whoop, my string broke. Well, that's because I didn't pull on it equally. So we're going to have to tie this one off. Anyhow, there you go. Terrific. Until next week, this is Sweet Nana's Farm. I want to thank all the subscribers and all the people watching the videos. We really do appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great week.